If freedom is to survive and prosper, it will require the sacrifice, the effort and the thoughtful attention of every citizen. The stories of past courage can teach, they can offer hope, they can provide inspiration. But they cannot supply courage itself. For this each man must look into his own soul. A man does what he must, in spite of personal consequences, in spite of obstacles and dangers and pressures, and that is the basis of all human morality. Let us not emphasize all on which we differ but all we have in common. Let us consider not what we fear separately but what we share together. If a free society cannot help the many who are poor, it cannot save the few who are rich. So let us begin anew, remembering on both sides that civility is not a sign of weakness, and sincerity is always subject to proof. Let us never negotiate out of fear. But let us never fear to negotiate. I have said that control of arms is a mission that we undertake particularly for our children and our grandchildren and that they have no lobby in Washington. If more politicians knew poetry, and more poets knew politics, I am convinced the world would be a little better place in which to live. For one true measure of a nation is its success in fulfilling the promise of a better life for each of its members. Let this be the measure of our nation. To further the appreciation of culture among all the people, to increase respect for the creative individual, to widen participation by all the processes and fulfillments of art, this is one of the fascinating challenges of these days. We can say with some assurance that, although children may be the victims of fate, they will not be the victims of our neglect. The life of the arts, far from being an interruption, a distraction, in the life of a nation, is very close to the center of a nation's purpose, and is a test of the quality of a nation's civilization. But however close we sometimes seem to that dark and final abyss, let no man of peace and freedom despair. For he does not stand alone. Those who make peaceful revolution impossible will make violent revolution inevitable. As we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them.